we'll move on, guys. Anthony Gordon on Newcastle. If we can win a trophy for this club, it will mean the absolute world. Obviously, the league means so much to us because all of our players want to play in Europe. We want to play at that elite level. Yeah, mate. And like with me, right? Like I said it 2 years ago that like Newcastle scared me just because of the whole things that they were doing, and right now, of course, like their progress has kind of stagnated a little bit just due to PSR, and they couldn't bring in reinforcements during the summer. They were trying to bring in Mark Gay, right? But the way that like Newcastle for me are slowly just again rising up, like as trying to break the mold right in that top six team alongside Aston Villa. We like to see these things in the Premier League because the Premier League again is very very competitive. The recruitment that Newcastle have done right these like what last 3-4 years. Bruno Guimaraes, a brilliant signing, snatched him up from Arsenal when he was at Lyon. Sandro Tonali, I never thought that signing would have been done, but they actually managed to do it. Anthony Gordon, when he left Everton, I was thinking like, why are Chelsea and Newcastle after this absolute nobody guy, right? But after listening to his interview with Gary Neville and the way that he approaches football, the way that he approaches like physical health, to how he looks after his body, dude. The way that he's playing, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that like Anthony Gordon right now for me is one of the most exciting players, most exciting wingers in the Premier League. Apparently, he's an honorary Geordie. He's an I can't say the word correctly, bro. Basically, like people in Newcastle love him. They love him, bro. And I'm hey, listen, I rate the kid. I rate the kid. Same thing with Alexander Isak, man like Alexander the Great. Same thing with Harvey Barnes. They're on the right track. They are on the right track. They were in a Carabao Cup final versus Manchester United 2 years ago, but of course they did come up short because that was when Casemiro was Bosamiro, absolutely unbelievable, right? But they just have to keep on going. Once again, just bring the correct players in the correct positions. I think that they're missing another midfielder, in my opinion, they're like a really class midfielder on the level of your Bruno Guimaraes, on your levels of Sandro Tonali's. They are missing two more centre backs, in my opinion, two brilliant centre backs. Yes, once again, as I said earlier, they were trying to sign Mark Gahey, but that didn't pan out because Crystal Palace, of course, they see the benefits that Mark Gahey brings to the Crystal Palace team. He is their captain as well, absolute baller, played really well as well in the Euros. They have got two brilliant fullbacks, in my opinion. Lewis Hall, their left back, cooker. Absolute cooker, young Jordan lad as well. I'm pretty sure he grew up supporting Newcastle. Tino Livramento, man. People need to look out for Tino Livramento. He is like potentially like England's future right back, in my opinion. Like, don't Newcastle fans do not kill me, bro. Don't kill me, fam. I actually want to come and watch a game one time at St James's Park, right? But Tino Livramento for me is one player that United should be looking at, dude. Like a kid his age playing like that already. Like going forward is brilliant. Defensively, he's quick, he's solid, underrated athlete. Kind of looks like Harry Maguire a little bit. I'm gonna lie, the resemblance is kind of there, but is absolutely sensational. Is absolutely sensational. So Newcastle for me are on the right track, and I don't know how long it's been since they've actually won a trophy like in the top tier division, not like these like championships, like playoff games or like the championship final, like in the championship. I'm talking about trophies like the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League, like these like mainstay cups, of course, like the well-known trophies in England. So it's going to take quite a while, right? So, but let's see what these guys are saying. Right. TM says the inconsistency with the Newcastle team is alarming and shocking. 1 minute they are defeating Arsenal, the next minute they are getting crashed out by Nottingham Forest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They did. I was expecting them right for the West Ham game to beat West Ham, but they actually lost to West Ham. I was very struck by that. It's just a very good point. So it's a very good point, right? They are crashed out by Nottingham Forest. We know that the league is very unpredictable, but there has to be some level of consistency based on the profile of the players in the Newcastle team. Until that starts happening, they can all live in dreamland for now. And again, it's recruitment. It's you. Is Paul again? Newcastle fans, if you're seeing it right now on the live chat, please comment on this side. But if you're seeing it on the VOD, please comment down below. Right? Is Paul Mitchell still? Is it Paul Mitchell? Let me check. Newcastle United sporting director. It's Paul Mitchell, right? Well, it's not Dan Ashworth because this guy's freaking left. Is it Paul Mitchell? Is it Paul Mitchell? Oh, there you go. So in 20, Monaco sporting director is appointed Newcastle's sporting director, right? So yeah, Paul Mitchell, like again, he has to liaise with the scouts, with the manager, and actually bring in like correct players for that Newcastle team, like players that like there's as a United fan, of course, there's there's the whole thing of like culture in the club. Say like with Newcastle, like Newcastle fans, like they Newcastle needs to bring in a player that understands the culture of the football club and understands the city of Newcastle and Newcastle fans, right? Because for me, like the football team Newcastle, bro, is just in sync again with the city of Newcastle, bro. And it's very important because Anthony Gordon understands how like he understands what it's like to play for Newcastle and also live in Newcastle as well, and again being amongst the people. That's why people again in Newcastle like him so much. So they need to be careful in again like the recruitment has to be brilliant for Newcastle, in my opinion. Right, Pure Football says Gordon is a great player, and I hope that he wins something with Newcastle. Yeah, he's a brilliant player. Antonio Zeka says win Carabao Cup first, mate. And yeah, like I think for them reaching the Carabao Cup final versus Manchester United, it should be one of those moments where it's iron, like it's iron sharpens iron. Do you get what I mean? Like they've been there, they know how, they know what it takes to get there. Now they just need to replicate that and win the Carabao Cup, and then after that, aim for the FA Cup, and then after that, start competing for the Premier League, and then of course in the European spots, in the Europa League, in the Champions League. So yeah, mate, this is what it is. Chelsea Forever says stop deceiving yourself. Rudaba says excited boy. I'm not reading that because that's transfer news. Good luck winning the trophy, Newcastle. Then win the League Cup. Yeah, yeah. It's just little steps at first. That's what it is. That's what exactly what it is, bro. Fam, what's up with Saud Abdul Hamid, bro?